Hello, this is Mia. Today I want to tell you something about the climate change mitigation. Have you ever experienced an unusually hot summer? Have you ever experienced extreme weather? Much of this is due to climate change, and human activities have accelerated and exacerbated climate change. To ensure a livable and sustainable future for all, climate change mitigation must be an urgent, rapid, and effective transition. We need to keep the global average temperature rise below 2 degrees Celsius of pre-industrial levels by the end of the century. According to recent situation, however, the pace of energy transition and carbon reduction is still too slow. To have a high probability of limiting global warming to 2 degrees increase in average temperatures, global greenhouse gas emissions must have peaked by 2020 and be reduced to near zero by 2040. However, the peak did not occur in 2020. The current trend is towards at least 4 degrees by 2100, with little effective action being taken. Any further delay in concerted, forward-looking global action on adaptation and mitigation would miss a short and rapidly closing window of opportunity. When sudden major global climate impacts occur, countries are likely to move into wartime mobilization policy mode. Do you want to see that scenario? If not, as a member of humans, we should actively participate in the action to mitigate climate change. So, what can we do as a member of Hong Kong public? First, we can save electricity in our daily life. Hong Kong is now largely dependent on fossil fuels for electricity generation, with coal 25% and natural gas 50%. Fossil fuels will emit greenhouse gases while generating electricity. Although Hong Kong has largely replaced coal for power generation in recent years with natural gas, this replacement will not achieve enough emissions reductions to halt the growth of greenhouse gas concentrations in the atmosphere. Second, to reduce carbon emissions from the energy sector, there needs to be a transition from fossil fuel energy to low-carbon, ecologically sustainable energy system. If conditions permit, we can install solar panels on the roofs of our homes and use solar panels to generate electricity. Solar energy is an environmentally friendly renewable energy, which will not emit carbon dioxide when it is used to generate electricity. In terms of transportation, for short distance travel, you can choose to walk, which can not only exercise your body but also reduce carbon emissions. For longer distance travel, you can choose to use public transport instead of private cars. In addition, the choice of private cars can be electric vehicles rather than traditional cars based on fossil fuels. Moreover, to make the residential buildings more energy efficient, if conditions permit, you can also use solar heating and cooling and solar hot water. Only renewable energy technologies and rapid reductions in energy demand could be deployed rapidly and safely enough to make large contributions in emissions reduction from the energy sector within a decade or two. Based on the slow pace of past energy transitions, governments are likely to play a stronger role, because research and development of renewable energy technologies and rapid energy transition require a large amount of financial support. The government might implement a large and steadily rising carbon price, increase the luxury tax, and slightly increase the feed-in tariff to raise funds to support the rapid transition. But don't worry too much. The rise in feed-in tariffs can be partly offset by falling wholesale spot prices as renewables become more widespread and fossil fuels are replaced. We as citizens should actively respond and support the work of the government and unite to speed up the energy transition. Without community support, action on rapid climate change mitigation is likely to fail. The Earth is the only place for our human beings to live in. If the rapid climate change reaches the degree that we cannot adapt to it, we will be doomed eventually. So hold on tight. Start from the small things in life. Don't wait for the big crisis to come before acting. If everyone makes efforts and contributions to mitigate climate change, the pace of mitigation will be greatly accelerated.